Go. Perfect. So good evening, everybody, to our Monday webinar tonight. This time quite interesting. Here am I in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. There is Miloska in Johannesburg. There is March in Canada. There is Estelle in Cape Town. So interesting. We can work all over the world. Isn't that exciting? And our today's webinar is all about attitude. So I'm very excited and looking forward to it. But the reason why I'm here in Punta Cana is because I'm on Herbalife vacation. So for those who are new, if you do the deal, meaning really working, helping other people to have a healthy, active lifestyle, helping other people, and enough people also to find out about their business opportunity and support them to help other people. This is basically how you get the reward to qualify for these vacations. Of course, it's connected to certain volume points and the qualification of an active world team. But you know what? When you just do it and you're focused and you know your numbers, then you can achieve it. And the next year's qualifications is already out. And you know what? I believe that people who start today maybe only find out now about Herbalife, but they still can qualify if you just put your mind to it. And this is why I want to start off before I introduce you to Miloska, who is our speaker for tonight. I just want to share you quickly a little bit of inspiration, what these vacations are all about. So Herbalife gave to the people basically vacations. This year you could choose either Mauritius or Greece or going to the Dominican. And it's everything included. I don't know if you understand what that means. It's a 5-star resort. Just when Miloska and I dialed in that call now, somebody came and said, do you need anything for your minibar? Everything what is in the minibar, you know, usually that's quite expensive in a hotel. Every bar, every restaurant. We have 11 restaurants to choose in the evening. If you want to go Japanese, if you want to go Italian, if you want to go to an Argentinian steakhouse, if you want to have the lobster, there is plenty of everything and we just can't choose from everything. And why I'm telling you that, it makes me so grateful because just early on I was talking to LJ, he's a GET team from Cape Town, and we were walking along and said, man, we take that all for granted. There are other people out there, they're really working hard in their job, whatever company they work for or whatever business they have. But with their hard work, they might get their salary and maybe a probably good salary, but they never have the opportunity just to give themselves a promotion. They probably never get granted a vacation every single year like we get it from Herbalife. So we are so in, and I think we take it sometimes for granted instead of just doing the deal and going for it and take the vacations for ourselves. This is my room. It's actually like a suite, so it's huge and big shower. I actually have 2 showers from the right and from the left. It's always difficult to decide in which shower do I want to go. And you see it's beautiful outside on the balcony. I have a jacuzzi, so I can see all the palm trees and what's going on, but nobody can see me when I'm in the jacuzzi, so that's quite cool. And this is the view where you see directly then to the beach. This is just a little impression of there's all the food you can think of. If you feel for sushi, if you feel for salad, if you feel for seafood, if you feel for the different meat, whatever you can think of, and if you just want to have shakes, obviously we also have the shakes. In the morning breakfast, we have at the lunch buffet, we have the shakes, we have always their Elo on tap, basically. We have the tea there. So Herbalife really cares about everything. We have the Fit Club in the morning. So there is plenty of different programs. Actually, we can go for yoga, stretching, dancing courses, whatever you can think of, there's always activity. If you want to lie just in the sun and relax and do nothing, then you do that. If you need some program, there's program organized. Tomorrow I go actually swimming with the dolphins, so I'm very excited about that one as well. And obviously, when you think of, we are 900 people here at the resort who are all Herbalife coaches. And now can you imagine, in the Fit Club in the morning, we were probably this morning 200, 250 people at the Fit Club. Can you imagine, right? They have a DJ there. We have loud music pumping there. It's all about us. But these are all Herbalife coaches. Everybody is into looking that everybody has a good shape and does the exercise. And it's so beautiful, actually, to see how everybody wants to stay healthy and fit. And these are people, I'm talking now also on all different levels. If you look at Team Millionaire, Team President, 20K members, this is exactly what the President team has achieved, are here in normal shorts, sweating like everybody else, and is doing the deal and has a good workout. It's so much fun. It's so everybody, you can touch each other, you can share experience with each other. Even when there are a lot of Spanish and Italian people, this morning I make friends with somebody from Spain. She lives in Madrid, and guess what? We have the extravaganza in Madrid. So obviously it's quite nice to know already somebody in Madrid and can talk to. This is how it looks in the evening on the beach. It's not just beautiful during the day, it's beautiful in the evening. So it's so warm in the evening even. You just want to be in a light shirt. And can you imagine, you sit there, there's nice, beautiful music. They have also open bar where there is, yesterday evening was samba music, and you have this rhythm and this ambiente. So some people like to dance, others just like to chill out there and have their romantic evening or whatever you want to think of. This is how it looks during the day. There's huge different swimming pools. I mean, you really must make an appointment with somebody you want to see again, because it's so big, you can't find each other easily. Also, as I shared before, with 11 restaurants, you don't meet somebody by coincidence, or you meet somebody by coincidence, but not that you can look for somebody. So we always arrange ourselves in the evening. It's quite fun. And then you meet the most beautiful people. These are just our colleagues, you normally meet some of them. Koena, 15K people from Lesotho, leaders from Namibia, then from Joburg, Linda from Joburg. And then you see Christian Rivoire in the middle here. And he's quite an interesting person. He's 6 years in Herbalife. He's 26 years old. He qualified for president team last year and is now already 20K. 20K is double a president team. So he's 26 years old. I'm 51 years old now. He's 20K. He's double my business and has done it in 6 years. I've qualified in 6 years for president team. Do you think I listen to him, what he has to say? Obviously, it's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And this is the interesting part in Herbalife. It's not about what was done in the past. It's what you can achieve in the future. It's not about time. It's basically you on your own decide how fast you want to move, what you want to do, and you can see in him there's just fun. He is so chilled out. He is so easygoing. Miloska, wait, this is the European Garen Jones. So just watch that face.
Yeah.
But now, without any further ado, I want to introduce you to Miloska. I'm very, very curious about our call tonight, and I asked her a couple of weeks back if she would take time to prepare a call for us. Miloska has changed a lot. She came to Herbalife, she was introduced by her mom. Her mom is Active Pool team member, Monica Holzworth. And in the beginning, when Miloska heard about Herbalife, she wasn't excited. And why I tell you that is also that you never give up on somebody. Yeah, she wasn't interested in using the product. She knew everything better about the products, and that she does not need the products because she was vegetarian and vegan at that time, and all of the stories you can think of. When you think of a negative person, sorry, Miloska, it was actually Miloska. She had all the excuses why not using the products. Then she was actually a little bit, had a look at the business side, but it didn't really appeal to her completely. She was in the sales industry. It was car sales actually. At the end, it was then property sales. And then all of a sudden, something shifted with her. And this is actually the question that I had to her is, what shifted? What happened all of a sudden to her? Because when I share with you now a little bit the volumes, what she did, And understand the volumes are all related to having customers. So Miloska has around about 20-25 customers. She has in the meantime 10 downline members. There is 7 in the first line, 2 in the second line, and 1 in her third line. She has already one of her members who is qualified for the NutriBullet. And Miloska got started, when I look now for the volume from January till May, she had in January 605 volume points. In February, 612. And now listen to that. From February 612, in March 4,380. In April 3,818, and in May a rocking 5,381. So one asks, what is possible? What has she done to have this improvement? What did she do? And this is one of the major keys what you get tonight. We all have the same products. We all have the same marketing plan. We all have the same Herbalife. Why is somebody moving faster and somebody else feels like it takes ages? And I wish really that you sit now with pen and paper, fully concentrated, with your tea. I have my tea here. I don't want to miss any note Miloska is giving to us now. So Miloska, with huge applause, over to you now, our international active supervisor on her way doing her 4th cut to qualify this month for World Team. Over to you, Miloska.
Hey. Hi, everybody. Can you all hear me? Okay, so all right. So Bia was explaining my volume, which is at the bottom there. But basically, I joined Herbalife for the 2nd time in August 2015. I started with Herbalife before in America, and then I was giving Bia endless problems, and my mom and everybody was just fighting with everyone. So I left the business in 2012-13, around there, and then got back into it in 2015. I got serious about the products after spending 3 weeks with my mom in Cape Town. She put us on an actual trial and did the whole procedure with us properly. And from there, we really felt the difference because we were consistent. So then I got serious about the products about a year later. And then when I started seeing results, I got serious about the business. So I started telling people this has happened to me. I dropped 2 pant sizes, all this stuff. I started sharing my results with people. Then I went full-time in March 2017, and then that's what my volume is over there. So that's just basically a bit of my story. Bia asked me to share some of, she asked me about 2 weeks ago to share about attitude, because my phone broke and my business has basically just been online. And through that, I was forced to kind of find other ways to speak to people and use different methods then that didn't have anything to do with my phone, because I had to wait about a week and a half for my phone to get repaired. So I couldn't contact my clients. I couldn't follow up like I was used to, all this stuff. So it was like a real opportunity for me to get negative, and I chose not to. So, and through that, I actually ran into people who were looking for serious help with their sports performance, all this stuff. And if I still had my phone, I don't think I would have been in those places at those times, because I'd probably be running around somewhere else. So this is what I discussed with Bia, and then she said I must training on attitude. So then that was about 2 weeks ago. In those last 2 weeks, I've had endless testing with my attitude. So it's quite amusing to me how you get asked to give training on something and then the problems come. So now you have to be real about it, you know. So I actually went back to a lot of the questions for myself about why did I get into Herbalife. Because honestly, I feel there was a moment in the last 2 weeks where I did think about giving up on this. So I just want everyone to know beforehand that I also feel like you all do sometimes, that we also all have those moments where we think this is insane. We can't do this. So, yeah, but you can change the slide there. Thank you. Okay, so one of the things that I strongly believe in is passion. The slide there says purpose is the reason you journey, and passion is the fire that lights your way. So for me, I am totally driven by passion, and I had to be thinking about that a lot this week because it's the one thing that keeps me going. So what is your passion in and out of this business? You need to find for yourself the things that you love about yourself and about your life. And we're not all the same. I might like dancing, you might like something else like hockey, or you might like numbers, whatever. Okay, everybody is uniquely made, and all of the elements that you love about life and that you love about yourself that makes you happy is able to be integrated into your business. So that's what's going to keep you passionate and fuel you throughout the days where you're not interested in it. Because if you just keep reapplying a formula that doesn't actually speak to your passions, you will lose that energy that you start off with. Okay, make this business an expression of the things that you love. All right, find your flow. So there's definitely a distinction between when you're in flow and when you're out of flow. So you have to find the things that make you feel like you are just not, it's almost like an effortless feeling. Like, yes, I work hard, but it's easier for me than when I'm struggling uphill all the time and I feel like I'm out of rest, So there's days and moments when I feel like, everything is just moving a lot smoother. And it's mostly, I've noticed, when I'm enjoying what I do instead of forcing it down my throat or forcing it down someone else's throat. Okay. Focus on the things that give you fire in your soul. Okay. So for me, a lot of that is that moment when someone goes, "Oh, I'm so excited, I have a result." Like, that feeling when someone is so grateful because you actually took the time to spend time talking to them and now there's a result because of your effort, that for me is what sparks my passion like crazy. So I am very hungry for that feeling. So you need to find for you, what is it that gives you the most joy in your Herbalife business? What is the thing? Is it
Hello, Miloska? I hope we get her back in a minute. Oh, there we lost her. I'm sure she's back in a couple of minutes. How's everybody doing? Hello. Yeah, that must be Roxana.
I'm sorry, that's why you can't hear me.
It's Roxana.
Sorry, man, I'm driving. That's why you can't see me, and it's storming in Cape Town. So yeah, I'm so sorry, but yes, I could hear Miloska, but I can see that she's gone. I am listening. I didn't know who's all on the call. So hello.
Oh, great to see you all. Listen, guys, I miss you all so much here. I don't know if you believe me that, but I have the feeling everybody deserves these awesome vacations. And I don't take any apologies for next year's qualification.
I agree 100%.
We all go
We're all
together.
going with you. I agree. We have to all be there in 2 pieces, eh?
Exactly. It's far more fun altogether, I can tell you.
I agree.
But I hope you got a little bit the beginning of the call with the pictures that you can see what the vacations are all about. It's really so beautiful, and it doesn't matter what you're looking for. If you look for extra adventure, if you look for just relaxation, if you just look for being on the beach, making long beach walks, it's really for everybody. If you just look for a lot of food, if you look for the drinks, it's everything is there. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, Elche asked me earlier on. Elche is a tap team from Cape Town. We were walking along and he asked me, Bea, when you look at all the vacations you had now already, and for those who don't know me exactly, I'm 23 years in the business, and the 22 years, so the first year we failed basically to qualify for the vacations, but from there onwards we qualified for every vacations. And he asked me which vacations was the best so far, and I honestly can say this year's vacations. Yesterday evening, we had a little reception in the pool area, and Eddie Heinrich, who is our director for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, was around. And I said to him, Eddie, how is it possible that Herbalife still every time finds a better venue for the vacations? How is it possible that Herbalife tops it all the time without any fail? And he said, so far, we were able to do it, but it's getting more and more difficult. So Herbalife is on a serious challenge, but obviously they want to make it better and better and better. And this is actually so special. Miloska can't dial in anymore. You can come in. Let me see if I can call him. Just hello, Miloska. Let's try it that way. Yeah, can you hear me? Miloska, can you hear me? Okay, it's the only way I can call you now. Wait a second, I'll put you on loudspeaker. So you were talking about, just say something that I can hear, if everybody can hear you. Miloska?
Yes, I can hear you. 1 second, can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
If you have your slides, and just tell me when I need to move on with the slides, then we can continue like that.
Okay, so move on to the next one.
Okay.
To character. Okay, so it says here in leadership, character is more important than strategy. So who are you and how do you see yourself? One of the biggest things that I've realized is that the way I see myself reflects onto other people. I need to wake up every day and see myself as valuable to the people around me and the people that I'm going to encounter that day. I think that so much of our time we spend on looking at what we cannot do and what we don't have available to us. So we don't see ourselves as the coach or the inspiration that we think we should be to other people. And that's what needs to change, is the way that I see myself and my value. This is about more than sales, it's about your character. So when sales are low, when things are slow, when it seems like people are falling off all the time and you are going through difficulties, all right, you need to remember that this is all shaping part of your character. So every day has the potential to shape you into something more than what you were before. But it's a choice. I get to choose how I'm going to see something and how I'm going to allow it to affect me. I heard also someone else that's also quite doing well in Herbalife said once that effort is what gets you there, character is what keeps you there. So, and that makes so much sense to me, is that if I find shortcuts to grow my business, I will never be able to teach someone else how to do this and actually sustain it, because I haven't learned the lessons that the struggles brought me to become the leader that other people need. So you need to learn the lessons to sustain your growth. You need to learn the lessons to teach other people how to grow as well. So yeah, that's my points on character. You can change the slide.
Done?
Can you hear me still? Is everything still fine there?
Let me check with the others. I can hear you very well. I check with the others. Can I just get from everybody a thumbs up if you can hear? Yay, everybody
Can hear me, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Celeste. Everybody can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so I climbed a mountain this weekend. You can move to the next slide there. It just said peaks and valleys.
We are there, no problem.
So, yes, awesome. So, yeah, it says there on the slide, you cannot control external events, but you can control your personal peaks and valleys by what you believe and what you do. So I climbed a mountain this weekend, and I actually realized a lot about my own journey through that experience, although at the time I wasn't thinking about it. But this business is very much like climbing a mountain. When we got to the bottom, you saw this huge thing in front of you, and it seemed like it would take us 2 days to get to the top. It really looked very high and very difficult to get to where the goal was, you know. And it happened one step at a time, and it took us maybe 3 hours to do this, and it seemed impossible in the beginning. I was not very excited about it because it was cold and windy, and I just looked at all the struggles and all the irritations and all the problems and all the issues that I had to overcome to get to the top. And as I started walking, I just got closer and closer to the top, and I also realized that a lot of the terrain was uphill and downhill, and whether it was going uphill or whether it was going downhill, I was using a lot of muscle. So even when I'm going up, I'm growing. When I'm coming down, I'm also growing, because there's different weights on different areas in my life that needs to be strengthened. So this is very seldom where I just walked on flat terrain, and I feel like my business and my life is like that as well, is that I might seem like it's more pleasant because I'm going up, but coming down is also teaching me to use muscles. It's also teaching me to grow. You will feel like giving up many times. Often when you're walking on this terrain of life, you look at the top and the goals and everything, and you seem like you're so far from it, and you just feel like, oh, I just want to turn around because it's just going to take forever. And yet again, you just keep doing it one step at a time. You need to be very clear about why you want to get to the top. So why am I doing this? You know, I need to spend some time with myself and ask myself, why am I doing this? Why am I wanting to be a part of Herbalife? Why do I want to do this as a career? Because there's going to be days where you're going to question yourself and you're going to think, why is the effort even worth it? And that's when it's important to know why. You know, and it has to be bigger than just get team, mill team, whatever, president's team. There's got to be more to it than just those things, because those things lose their sparkle sometimes when you're going through hell, basically. So the other thing I realized is that mountains are easier to climb in teams. If I was doing that trip on my own, I would have struggled a bit more, I think, because there were moments where we needed to really help each other and help each other get up difficult places. And some of the people that was on this climb with us were struggling a lot, and they needed us to help them and push them that one step that they just couldn't do anymore. And the next step, you know, every time they wanted to turn around and go back, we were all cheering for them and helping them. So mountains are easier to climb in teams. So always stay connected to people who are going to help you climb mountains, that are not going to give up with you. Okay, focus on the view and the beauty that you are always surrounded by. So no matter where we were during this climb, at what point, we always had so much beauty available to us. And I think sometimes it's like that with this business as well, is that you need to stop and just appreciate the beauty that you have and how far you have come and how many people you have impacted. Because even for myself, I so often forget just how many people have really been impacted by what I'm doing. And I can focus on the one person that is considering giving up and not worry about the so many people that actually have been impacted and that I can still love on and that I can still help and focus on. And that makes you change your perspective on, oh, this is never going to work, to focus on the good stuff. So focus on the beauty that you do have and the moments that make you feel joy. Okay, move on. Next slide.
Done.
Okay. Okay, so staying positive. So some tips I can give you to staying positive when things are not going great is to keep dreaming. You know, I think that if you have a clear idea of what you want in your life and where you ultimately do want to be, whether it's just having more time with your family or being on an EMEA vacation or driving that car, whatever it is, keep dreaming, because those things will help you keep your hope up, okay? Make up your mind, decide what you want, and stop looking for reason of why it's not possible for you, okay? Make up your mind that this is possible for you, because I think a lot of times it's easy to look at everybody else and go, well, it's possible for them, but it's not possible for me. So keep your mind set on the fact that it is available to you as much as it is to anybody else. Number 3, educate yourself. This is so important to me because I feel like I cannot master my craft if I'm not going to take the time to invest in it. So I need to take the time to educate myself, whether it's on personal development, whether it's on product knowledge, whether it's just on fitness and exercise. Every single aspect of this business, leadership skills, all this stuff is things that I need to learn so that I can become the best coach and the best entrepreneur that I can possibly be, not just for myself, but for my team and for my clients. So you need to take time to invest in your future and educate yourself, okay? Cut out the distractions. So, yeah, I mean, I've heard so many people in this business say that TV is a no-no. So one of the things that I've noticed a lot is that we spend so much time just distracting ourselves with things that actually have no benefit to us. So, and they really poison us. The things that we spend our time on, listening to the radio sometimes even, it can make me so negative that I just feel like leaving the country actually, you know. So there's a lot of things that you need to look at and go, is this really adding value to my life? And if not, maybe I should try cutting it out, even if it's just for a month, to see if it affects you in a better way or a worse way. So cut distractions out of your life and focus on what you're feeding on, because so much of what you put in is what comes out. If you keep putting negative things into your eyes, into your mind, you listen to the news on the radio, you watch the news on the TV, you just see all the bad stuff going on in the world, everything that's going in is going to affect what's inside of you. So, and that stuff comes out of you, you know. Next thing you know, you feel hopeless about the next 10 years. You don't even know what's going on with the economy and all this stuff. That stuff is just not benefiting you at all. So what and who we are becoming is so much more important than what we have or what we achieve. So you attract who you are and what you are, not what you think. So those things will all affect the person that you become. But the person that you become is the kind of person that you're going to attract into your business. So if you want more people that are going to build the business, do all the things that they say to us we must do. We need to be doing those things ourselves. I can't just say I want people that are going to work hard, but I don't work hard. People will come to you, and the people will be attracted into your business if you're doing those things. If you love your clients, you'll attract people who also love their clients and want to make a difference in the world. So we need to focus a lot more on who we are and what we are becoming through the things that we do every single day than what we, methods that we apply. Who do I need to be for this to succeed? So you need to ask yourself that, like, what habits do I need to learn? What kind of things do I need to stop doing? Like maybe I'm not eating the right things every day, or maybe I'm making too many excuses, or maybe I'm sleeping too late, or, I need to ask myself, am I really the best version of myself, and what can I improve on? Because, like I say, who you are is what you're going to pull into your life. And then you need to find your joy. So yet again, you need to find the things inside of Herbalife and outside of Herbalife that make you happy. And you need to work from that, because joy is contagious and it's infectious, and people want to be around people who affect the world in that way. So we need to become those kinds of people that just spread total joy around. And if we're not those kinds of people, people are not going to be interested in what we're doing, because people are more affected by how we behave and the energy we put out than what we say. So, that's my tips for staying positive. Can we move to the next slide?
Okay.
Okay, so some stumbling blocks that I have come across for myself, especially in the last 2 weeks, is forgetting the big picture. So when things start getting difficult or falling apart, or clients are not doing what you want them to do or whatever, it's easy to forget the big picture. Okay, so the big picture is not just me. The big picture is I want to help as many people get healthy in this country. I want to help people who have addictions to negative thinking, to bad food, to drugs, whatever, to overcome those things and realize that there is a better possibility for everybody, and for me to be a voice for that in the world. So it's easy for me to forget that when I get stuck on the negative. So that's important, to always remind yourself of the big picture. The other thing that's huge for me is comparison or competition. One of the things that I struggle with a lot is if I go to trainings and I listen to all these people who have such amazing businesses and all the stuff that they do, it's easy for me to go home and feel like I'm not doing enough, or I don't compare, or I'm just need to do this, need to do this, need to do this, need to do this. I stop focusing on what I am doing and what I love doing to what everybody else is doing. And there's so many people in this business that are so different, and their ways and their methods are so unique to their own personalities. And for me to try and apply every single thing that I hear is actually crazy. So I need to find the things that I love and the things that work for me. And I need to take inspiration from people, and I need to learn from people, but not compare myself to people, and not get depressed because I feel like I'm not measuring up to everybody else, because I wasn't put into this business to become a carbon copy of everyone else. I was put in this business to give the best of myself and make it my own. Okay, so the other thing is losing your love for your business, for your clients, for your method, for whatever. So you need to always let love be the thing that fuels you. You need to always let love be the reason that you really want to speak to people and go out there and help people, and always add value. It's easy to forget to add value and just start trying to run through numbers instead of actually taking time to get to know people and hear their story. Because I think most people in this world will consider anything if they just feel like someone cares. So when I forget to add value to someone's experience of Herbalife, I'm not only doing myself a disservice, but I'm doing the brand a disservice as well. The other thing is forgetting to develop personally. So I find that when things get slow, I get chaotic, I get super busy. I just go, and I completely cut out all this other stuff about how to focus my mindset, how to stay positive. All of my personal development goes out the window because I feel like I don't have time. And then it affects my thinking in a very negative way. And I get very alone, and I get very stuck on what's not working. So it's extremely important to always do personal development, especially when you're feeling like you're out of sync with what's going on with your business. Then dark perspectives and emotions. So something that I need to remind myself of often is that what I'm feeling doesn't necessarily mean that it's the truth. Because I feel like I'm having a slow day, or my customers are falling off of the bandwagon, or anything like that, I don't need to take that as truth. Yes, emotions will come, emotions will go, but they're like the wind. When I was climbing that mountain this weekend, the wind was crazy, but it didn't stop me from getting to the top because I didn't let it stop me. But it's easy for me to go, oh, the wind is so bad, I need to go home. Like, that's what emotions are. They come and they go. They don't have to affect everything if you don't choose to allow them to. Remind yourself that emotions are temporary things, but your actions because of them is what will affect your reality. So stay focused on what is the right thing to do instead of what do I feel like doing. Okay. Another thing is not staying true to your heart. So not staying true to what you really want to offer to people in this business, what you really feel like is your calling in this business to give to people. So it's easy to start looking at everybody else's ways and then completely putting everything that you've done that works so well for you aside and trying to reinvent your wheels here. That's not going to help you, because even if it's a perfect method for someone else, it might not be perfect for you. Treating people like a business instead of treating them like people. I heard Garen Jones said that, you don't approach people first with your opportunity, first with your business, first with your product. Find out how they're doing. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them what's going on in their life. Because there's a heart behind every person, and that heart is being affected by everything that you say. And if you treat them like just a meal ticket, you're going to get that kind of response out of them. And people will never walk away feeling like they've been touched by greatness. So you need to always think of that in your life. Like, how would I want someone to approach me as a stranger or as someone who cares or says that they care? That's how I need to treat every single person that I come into contact with. Okay, manipulating situations instead of inspiring situations. So the same thing, like if my client says to me they are not interested or they don't want to do it anymore, all that stuff, it doesn't help. I try and play games with people and try and manipulate them to get what I want out of them. I need to inspire them. I need to treat them with the same love and appreciation I would have treated them with if they were still going to be my clients or if they were still buying products from me. And I need to give them that feeling of I'm still here no matter what you decide, and I still care no matter what you decide. And I can't force anybody to do anything, so I just need to give them my best, and I trust that when the time comes they'll come back if they don't change their mind right now, because at the end of the day my service is more important to me than money or numbers. Okay. The other thing is taking offense. In this business, I feel like there's so many people that want to help, and there's so many people that have inputs that they would like to give. And it's easy for us to get prideful and go, oh, but I don't need that. I don't need you to tell me what to do or all of this stuff. It's imperative not to take offense to things and to always be open to change and to open to inputs, because you never know what kind of gold you're going to find in someone's advice or anything like that. So never take offense. Always be open to hearing what people have to say. Okay. Next slide, Pia.
Okay. You're doing great.
Okay. Practical application. Am I doing good? Okay.
Excellent. I'm in the wow here.
Okay, so practical application. So there's a quote there by Tony Robbins that says, how am I going to live today in order to create the future I'm committed to? So it's so much of what he says there. It's like what I do and how I am as a person today is going to create my future. It's going to pull my future into me. If I'm going to be depressed, negative, always finding faults, always looking for critical things, always moaning about what's not working, I'm just going to pull more of that into my world, into my reality. I'm going to pull people like that into my reality. So what I do today, how I live today, is going to affect the kind of people that I am. So say, for example, I'm not in shape and I want to get into shape. I want to become a 24-foot coach. I need to work today on becoming the version of myself that's going to pull those clients to me. If I'm not in the right place and right now, I need to become that, and I need to work on becoming that right now so that when the time comes, I'm ready and prepared for it, okay? Yet again, like I said, educate yourself. I went on about that just now, but yeah, it's extremely important that you realize every single day is an opportunity for you to feed more growth into who you are. And whatever you invest in yourself, whether you listen to Mark Hughes, whether you listen to a spiritual thing that's going to make you grow and feel like you are more of a person, it's all about how much do you really have to offer? And the more you put in, the more you have to offer. It's like a river that just flows through you. But the minute you stop having inflow into your life, then you will not have any more to pour out. And if you don't have anything to pour out, the supply of people that comes to you will also stop because you don't have anything to offer. So God or the universe or whatever you choose to believe is not going to send more people that need you to you. So it's extremely important for you to keep growing, keep educating yourself, and keep surrounding yourself with good voices, education. Okay, check your habits. So yeah, like I also said earlier, exercising, all the stuff that you think, the ultimate version of you that you want to be. I mean, picture yourself as a president's team member. What does that look like? What does my president's team version of me have and do? And how many people a day does a person speak to? And what kind of body do I have? And what kind of habits do I practice? And I start practicing those things right now and listen to people that are where you would like to be. And try and find out, like, what's some of the things that they do and how can I start doing more of those things and applying more of that into my life. The third one is check your environment. This is huge for me. I also see it with some of the people that I have in my organization. I've got some young people in my organization, and I understand as well, like for me, when I'm around people that don't see the same way, they don't understand what I'm doing, it's very difficult to stay inspired, to stay focused on the big picture, to stay focused on why am I doing this, to stay focused on why this is so important for not just me, but for the world that I live in. It's so important with the kinds of people that you're around, the kinds of entertainment that you spend your time with. I can't be, trying to be a Herbalife distributor and a coach and a leader in my community and make changes in the world that are positive. But I spend my life hanging out in bars, getting drunk on tequila. Like, that kind of stuff doesn't gel. It just doesn't correlate. So you need to cut the stuff out and be willing to change the environments that you spend all of your time in. Okay, intention is everything. I say this all the time, and I really believe it, that if I go out into the world and my prayer for the day is, God, help me to be a blessing, help me to make a difference. I'm going to meet very different people to me going out there going, oh, I need 400 more volume points, I need 400 more volume points. Like, that kind of energy and that kind of anxiety is going to attract very different situations into your life than you trying to go out there and be a difference, make an impact in the world. So always check your heart, check your intention, and approach people with sincere concern and sincere wanting to help them, really make it come from the heart. Practice progress, not perfection. So if you're not out there trying to learn and improve what you do, you're never going to change. It's never going to grow. But don't expect yourself to get everything right all the time, because then you'll give up after the first day. So I always say to my clients as well, progress, not perfection. I'm just focused on that one little bit of change that we have compared to where we started. If we keep doing that, it's like taking one step at a time to climb that mountain. Every single day is a little bit of change, and after a year, it's a whole lot of change. So every day, just go out and try and make the best of what you're doing, and don't be afraid to practice what you do. Okay? Be present in gratitude. So this is a big one, because I think like we can also get very much distracted in the world, and we could be sitting with people that really need our help and really need our love and really need our hearts, and then we are busy thinking about 500 other things while they're sitting there telling us their stories and pouring out themselves to us. So I think it's extremely important that you stay present with people in the moment, and always stay grateful for where you are now and what you have now and how far you've come from where you started, because we all need appreciation. We're really big on giving other people appreciation, but we need it for ourselves as well, and we need it from ourselves, because I think I'm tougher on me than anybody. So you need to always be grateful for just your own heart and your own efforts as well. The other thing is always make it fun. Like I said, just apply things that you like to do. So if you like to dress up, add that into your business. Make it part of what you do. If you love whatever, certain kinds of exercise, you like certain kinds of snacks, you like certain kinds of things, you like cooking, then try and find healthy cooking videos for your clients, or make it fun for yourself. Do things that make you excited about the business, because if you're excited about what you do, other people are going to be excited about what you do. Focus on impacting people. So make sure that you're focused. Once again, it's like intention. Make sure that you're focusing on what kind of change am I actually going to make in the world? How am I going to affect people and my community as well? Because I think we spend a lot of time just forgetting that we should make a difference, not just in one person's life, but in the community as a whole. So, if we can help certain kinds of drives, or we can help certain kinds of goals with what we do, that's even better. Visualize and write down your dreams. So I heard an amazing story the other day about a woman who visualized something. She had a vision board and she put a picture of a horse on there, and it's like the craziest story, but she actually ended up getting exactly the horse that was on this board. And so I just believe so much in visualizing and writing down your dreams. You need to have a clear picture of where you want to be, and it needs to be in your face. It needs to be somewhere where you can daydream, where you can sit and actually feel the excitement that one day this stuff's going to happen for me. So remind yourself on a daily basis what you really want and how you want to get there. Okay. Find mentors. So find people in and out of Herbalife. It doesn't have to be Herbalife distributors, but I've got maybe 2 or 3 Herbalife distributors from overseas that I literally follow every single day. I watch everything that they post, and I really get a lot of value from what their stories are, because I relate a lot to their stories. And I sometimes think that you need to specifically find like a handful of people that really just move you to action. And just keep feeding on good advice and good mentors that give you good leadership and inspire you to be a better version of yourself. and just start doing things, start moving. Don't sit at home and plan and never actually get anywhere. So, I mean, I grew a business overnight just because I posted something on Facebook. It literally exploded by just taking that step. And if I was still sitting here trying to plan what I was going to say, I would still not have gotten anywhere. So just start trying things, and if you fall, try something else, but don't stop trying. Okay, be a next slide.
Yep.
Okay, so my last thoughts here. Tony Robbins says, as soon as you truly commit to making something happen, the how will reveal itself. So decide what you want, decide that you want to make it happen, and you don't always need to know exactly the plan, but just start moving and things will fall in your lap. Things will start happening for you if you just make a move. Every challenge has brought me an answer that I was looking for, but only once I stopped feeling sorry for myself. So that's an important one for me that I've realized. Throughout this last 2 weeks, my business kind of stagnated, and it forced me to start digging again into people's stories and into advice and into videos and whatever I could find to just help me get some direction. And through that, I got answers to things that I was struggling with in my business. I was struggling with how to approach people that I knew from school and stuff like that. And because of all my digging, I got the answers I was looking for. So I wouldn't have found those things if I was still comfortable and happy with what the results I was getting for myself. So yeah, like I say, every challenge, every difficulty has brought me something that I was lacking, but I was too busy to take the time to look for it. So like I said earlier, when you're climbing the mountain, uphill and downhill both grows you. So you need to just remember that when it seems like it's difficult, and start looking for the value in even the challenges. Okay. Not everything will work for you. Find your way and be open to changes. So like I said, try and find inspiration from people, look at tips, look at advice, but don't get so hard on yourself because you feel like you're not doing everything that everybody else is doing. There's lots of methods other people have told me to do that I've tried, and it just did not work for me. It actually made me very negative about the business. So that works for someone else. It doesn't necessarily have to work for me. So I need to focus on what makes me want to get up in the morning and get excited about what I do. Decide that this is for you for good. I think that there's a lot of people in this business that try the business, but they haven't decided that this is it for them. Like, they haven't made up their mind that this is what they want to do for the rest of their lives. And then if you're constantly looking for the reason to quit, there's always going to be reasons to quit. If you're constantly looking for the reason that you need to leave or to give up, it's always going to be things coming up to tell you to do that. So you need to make up your mind that whether it takes you 20 years, you're not going to stop, you're not going to give up, and then you'll have a very different energy about you, and you'll have a very different income of energy coming to you. So make up your mind and decide that this is for me forever, all right? Always consider what results your actions will get you. So, for example, gossiping, complaining, all that kind of stuff. Someone said that, if when you even listen to gossip from other people, it poisons your soul. It attracts distraction into your life, and then you don't understand why you got into a car accident, but all you do the whole day is talk negatively about other people, or even listening to it is just negative. And I thought that was so profound, because to think that something so small can affect your character in such a massive way, and because of your character it attracts negative situations into your life, is actually crazy. So that made me super aware of the things that I listen to, the things that conversations I sit in, and the kinds of people that I want to surround myself with. I want to be around people who are going to uplift people, who are going to talk life into situations, because that's going to bring life into my situation. So always consider the results that you're going to get from the actions that you have and the actions that you take every single day. And really think, is this really the best thing for me? Is this really the best thing for the kind of example that I want to be in the world? Everything is training for what is coming. So I always think to myself, if I have a team one day of 40 people or 100 people or 300 people, what am I going to need to know, and what am I going to need to go through to actually help those people overcome their struggles? If I have never been through a difficult month or a bad day or certain situations, how on earth am I going to have answers for these people, my team, when they go through these things? So everything that you're going through, if you see it that way, if you see it as this is my training to be the leader that those people in my future are going to need me to be, then you have a different energy about overcoming it. You don't feel like the victim. You feel like this is going to make me stronger and it's going to make me better for what the future has for me. So it gets you almost excited about what you need to learn instead of feeling like, oh, my life is such a mess, I'll never get ahead, all that stuff. So your perspective about what's happening to you will definitely affect your reaction to it. And then the last thing I heard the other day is that Garen Jones wanted to quit 7 times in the first 6 months that he started in this business. Imagine where he would have been now if he did. And I mean, he went from nowhere to president's team like almost overnight. People were like shocked that he did it so quickly. And if you listen to what he said, I just started focusing on the people and adding value. So, but in the beginning, he also felt like giving up, like over and over and over and over. We all feel like that, but you can't fail if you don't keep going. You know, you can't fail if you don't choose to just give up. So just put it off, keep trying tomorrow, speak to people that have been there, listen to people that are going to give you great advice, and stay surrounded with a team of people that are going to inspire you. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
This was absolutely powerful, Miloska. I just looked at everybody opens now and their lines and can give you some feedback. Are you still open to take some questions?
Yeah, sure. No
Okay,
problem.
super. I hand over to all of you. If you have any questions, any comments to Miloska, this was really wonderfully prepared. And I'm sitting here in awe. There was so much in it. This was absolutely incredible. So all the lines are open. If you want to say something, it's up to you now. Who want to be first? Go ahead, Roxana.
Hello, Miloska.
Hello, my sweetie.
Listen, I have a question. Firstly, I want to say thank you so very much. And as Thea said, it was powerful. There's no other more words that I can add to it. My question to you is, what was the most challenging for you when you get a negative customer within your surroundings whilst talking to a positive customer? In other words, this person that you've just ready for the trial pack, etc., then you've got someone who's right next to this person and saying, no, the stuff is not good for you. If you're going to stop using it, you're going to pick up weight, etc., etc. What would you do in a case like that?
Sure, that's a tough one because I haven't actually had that happen to me yet. But I think at that moment I would just give them my experience, because like they say to us at the trainings all the time, is that people will argue with you all the time about from their opinion. So they'll give you, but I heard this and I heard this and I heard this, and then we say, but I don't know about that. But what I do know is that I tried losing weight as a vegan for 2 years. I exercised after this. I did everything that they freaking tell you to do, and nothing worked for me. And with this products, I've lost the weight that I struggled so hard to lose. So it's always so much more powerful when you actually speak from your heart and from your own experience, because there's going to be someone that doesn't want to listen, and you might not change their mind, because I was that person that was arguing this stuff is terrible and it's bad for you and it's poison and whatever. But when I experienced it for myself, when I really had a good result with the products after I tried it properly, with a good coach that was giving me the right training and I was open to it, then I had a real experience with it. And then I really saw what it was worth, and that got me amped to carry on with it. So the thing is, that's why it's so important to just have a good result and to always just speak from your heart, and don't get into arguments with people, because you probably won't change their mind, but the person that is open to it will see that this is my result. This is what I actually had happen to me. Try it for 3 days and tell me what you think, or whatever you want to do. But, you know, like I say, for me, there's nothing more powerful than sincerity and, you know, a real result. So, you know, people can argue with you all they want because they read bad reviews online or whatever, but, you know, if it really happened and worked for you, then it's great. Plus, yeah, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So if they're in the right frame of mind, in the right place in their life, or ready for it, there's nothing that you can say that's really going to push them off, you know, if they're ready for it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lovely answered. Next question or comment to Miloska?
Hi, Miloska.
Hi.
It's Pepe here. Miloska, I'm sitting here and I can tell you now, I'm going through that phase that I'm like, what's going on? Because it's a bit difficult at the moment, and people are like, I actually had one client that said to me, I think I don't want to do this anymore. It's not for me. So I actually said to her, can I give you a refund and I'll come and fetch my stuff? So, but I said to her, what did you do? What are you doing? So, but that is the moment that I thought, you know what? Maybe I'm not cut out for this. So I really needed this today. And thank you so much. That was very inspiring.
Okay. It's such a pleasure. Thank you for saying that. I feel so blessed by that. Thank you so much. But, you know, I think as well is that don't take it personally, because, I mean, like even me, I started on the products I bought products from my mom for about 3 months, and I wasn't doing it properly at the time. But because my mom kept on with it, she was on the products religiously, she got amazing results, she helped other people. Over the next 2 years, my perception of the products completely changed. And I mean, you know, I heard the other day that Mark Hughes, of all the people that he started off with in this business, he's the first person that started this business. I think there's 3 people left in the company with the first people that he had in the business. So if he couldn't retain a lot of clients, you know, you are not going to retain all your clients. But the big thing is, don't take it personally, and remember that that person is going to keep watching what you do for the next year, 2 years, 5 years maybe, and she will come back if she's tried everything else and this was the only thing that's still working for people. Because for me, I tried everything else before I gave Herbalife a fair shot, and Herbalife is the only thing that freaking works. So remember that always, that people are going to keep watching you, and it's not about what they say now. You just keep talking to more people and you say, you know what, I love you. When you're ready, you can come back to me anytime, but I have to help as many other people as I possibly can. So you keep focusing on how much value you can add to the next person.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Brilliant answer. One more question. Seems you have answered everything brilliantly. Liesl wrote us a message. She wrote, wonderful training, so much value in it, and really well prepared, Miloska. So for now, I just closed the call. We took a good hour, but I think it was worth it. Not I think, it was really worth it. Miloska, again, thank you so much for preparation and also for taking the time now, taking us through the slides, even when there's technical issues. We have a no problem attitude. And probably you all understand now, and I cannot encourage you more than what Miloska did already, personal development. And you find a lot of video clips also on myherbalife.co.za, where you can watch video clips from Mark Hughes, for example, from Jim Rohn. And in a lot of these trainings, from leaders who are not alive anymore, but they left so much for us behind, a lot of it, what you can hear is having a no problem attitude, moving forward. And this is really what you developed brilliantly with lots of different thoughts tonight, Miloska. Thank you very much. We wish you good luck for your fourth leg now for completing the World Team. And then obviously you're working on your vacation qualification. Each one of you, I just can encourage really, look that you are at the Leadership Development Weekend. Look at your teams who still can make it. You also want to give them all the support and assistance. And this is the moment where you don't give up. It's the beginning of June or middle of June. You don't want to give up now on your qualification or on your people. It's the same what applies to the clients. It applies also to all of us as members to go for a qualification, because it's called a Leadership Development Weekend. This is where we develop us further. And when you have seen already, we get an external trainer there. The internal trainers, like we have it now with Miloska and all of the other leaders, it's absolutely brilliant to listen to. But if an external trainer comes and basically trains us on similar thinking, it's always more and more positive energy. And the more you surround yourself with positive people, the more outcome you have. So without any further ado, I want to give you back to your evening or to your sleep or whatever you do. I send you lots of love from Punta Cana. Being back soon, on Monday I will be back in Cape Town. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to freezing. You see me quite relaxed here and chilled out how I sit here. And all I wish, and really what every evening when I go to bed and every morning when I wake up while I'm here around, I'm thinking of all of you, and you can believe me or not, the only thought I have is I want that you can enjoy vacations like that with your loved one with you. When I look at the faces of the people who are here going for dinner, going for a dance, or jumping into the swimming pool, or doing the fit camp in the morning, when you just see their eyes and the happiness and that almost unbelievable, man, actually I haven't done a lot for it. The people really understand all of a sudden what it means. So I just wish and do anything what is possible that you really go for it and achieve your dreams. The wildest dreams you can think of, I know that you can achieve it. And Miloska's your training was one more stepping stone really to put everybody into that mindset that we can achieve anything. We are made for it. The beauty out there, all the money which is there, everything which is there is really made that you can achieve it. You just really need to decide. And this was something very powerful. And with this in closing, you need to decide that you want to have it. You need to decide that you deserve it. I'm clear that you deserve it, but you must accept it for yourself that you deserve every single wealth out there, whatever wealth and beauty means for you. So with that, in closing, lots of love. Looking forward to see you all soon. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome week, and let's focus on the positive things. Take care. Thank you, Miloska. Thanks, everybody, for your time. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.